sulfide reacts with calcium nitrate. So, the first thing you gotta do is name your ions. So, your first ion is ammonium sulfide. So, you have two. Okay, you look at the back of your periodic table, and you look for ammonium, and it's there. It's NH4. So you write that down. Okay. And now you have sulfide. Well, you look at your ammonium, and you realize that that has a charge of positive 1. But sulfur has a charge of 2 negative. So you have to do your crossover method to balance everything out. So this S. Like, okay, so the S charge is going to go over with this one, which is 2. And the ammonium charge is going to go over this one, which is 1. And you never write down 1. You just write down nothing. 1 is a given. So the next thing is reacts. I'm going to leave a little blank here for our states. Reacts plus the calcium nitrate. So calcium has a charge of 2. Right up there. And nitrate. Nitrate is NO2 with a charge of negative 1. So you know that calcium's charge is going to go in nitrate, and nitrate's charge is going to go calcium. So that's all good. I have enough room to write this over here. Okay, leave a little thing for my state. And then, okay, so the next thing you're going to do is the type of reaction this is double replacement. So basically what's going to happen is these are just going to switch up. So now instead of ammonium sulfide, you're going to have ammonium nitrate. And instead of calcium nitrate, you're going to have calcium sulfide. So basically, you're just switching these around. So now, instead of NH4S, you have NH4NO2. And they both have a charge of 1. So, I didn't do that, so scratch that. Plus calcium sulfide, and calcium has a charge 2 and so does sulfur, so they are already balanced, so you don't have to write that down at all. And this comes to CAS. Maybe things for your states. So now all you gotta do here is balancing it out. It's a really easy one to balance actually. You have 2 ammonium over here, 2 nitrate over here, so all you gotta do is write 2 right here, and then it's balanced. 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2. All good. And then now is the tricky part, finding the states, which I know is the only reason we're basically doing this right now. So, first of all, you look at your NH4, and then you look at the back of your periodic table, and look at that chart, and your first column has NH4. So under the thing where it says aqueous, it says all. So basically what it's telling you is that no matter what NH4 is with, it'll always be aqueous. Always. So given that, we know that this is going to be aqueous. Now for calcium nitrate. Well, calcium's not on here, or nitrate's not on here, which is tricky, but in class today, he told us that, like, even if it's wrong, if it's 2 that's not on here, always assume aqueous.
If it's not specified, always assume aqueous.
He will give you marks if you just assume aqueous.
He will give you marks if it's not specified.
But make sure they're both not on there. Make sure.
Because if you don't, then you lose marks.
Okay, so the next one, I'm going to find sales, NH4NO2. Well, we already stated that everything is aqueous with NH4. So we're not going to be aqueous. And then you have your CAS, and you look at your chart, and you find S, and it says aqueous with group 1A and 2A, and conveniently, calcium is in group 2A, so it is also aqueous. sure you don't mix up your columns. So if you see it's aqueous for group 2A, make sure, like, just to make sure you mix it up. Because sometimes you see it and then you're like, oh, it's solid or something. I did a lot, so. Especially the ones with things down here. Let's go over it with the webcam up closer. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over it. And yeah, okay, so you have your ammonium sulfide. You figure out that sulfur has a charge of 2, ammonium of 1. So you do your crossover method, which makes it NH4 2S. So now you have your calcium nitrate, and you realize that calcium has a charge of 2, nitrate of 1. So you do your crossover method, and it becomes CaNO2 2, because that's calcium's charge and nitrate's charge right here, which is 1, but you don't have to write it down. And then you have your, so then they change around, they basically just switch. You have your NH4NO2, and they both have a charge of 1, so they're just themselves, don't mind that, I don't think it's going up. And CAS, you guys both have a charge of 2, so they're already balanced, they're all good. And now, when you balance, for balancing this, they're balancing the whole equation, the only thing you have to do here,
Stop.
the only thing you have to do here is put 2 right here, because you have 2 ammonium, 2 nitrate, so then I just put 2. And the next one, the states, you found out that anything with NH4 is always going to be aqueous, so that's aqueous. None of these are on the chart, but he said always assume aqueous, so put aqueous down. And you know that NH4, anything with NH4 is going to be aqueous, and you know anything with group 2A with S is going to be aqueous, and calcium is in group 2A, so you're within aqueous. And now you're done. Yeah. Oh, wait. And the type of reaction this is a double replacement, because you're replacing one ion with another ion.
Write it down.
Double replacement.
Hey, Mindy. Say hi. He holds up the iPod. Oh my god, I almost stepped on your laptop.
Double replacements. Whoosh. You're switching 2, therefore it's double replacement. You're switching this ammonium with calcium nitrate. It'd be single replacement. Self-explanatory, man.
Yeah.
Really.
So hope you get it now, Mark.
Bye, Marky Mark.
Say bye, Mindy. Say bye.